Very good afternoon, my dear students. So today I'm going to discuss about the introduction to database. The next part of introduction to database, how we can work on this particular thing. So in this particular introduction to database, what I'm going to discuss is today first the drop command. Drop means what? If you want to delete any tables. Okay, if you want to delete any tables or if you want to delete any database, that's the thing you can delete it. So using this particular drop command, drop will going to help you to remove or permanently remove, we can say. So it can help you to remove or it can permanently remove the table or the databases from the system. Clear? So this thing is done. See here, drop table name then semicolon. Drop table database name. Suppose what you will write? Suppose drop. Okay, drop. Then table. Suppose student. Okay. So then semicolon. This is for dropping the table. Now to drop the database, what you will going to write? Drop. Okay. Drop then database. Drop database, then the database name suppose it is school, then semicolon. Okay, so this is what you can see. This way you can clear the database and clear the table. Now one point you have to understand is that if you want to remove the database, then inside the database what are the tables there? All the tables to be removed, all the tables you have to remove, then only you can remove the database. Clear? So this is the thing what you can see, this is the thing what you can find, that this way you can drop it. Okay, so you can remove that particular thing and you can work on it. Next, what we can find it, that this particular data structure where you are making it, where you are finding it, that you have a different pattern of statement. So those the statement that is there, those the statement what are there. If you want to clear the statement, first you have to clear all the statement, then you have to delete the database. Okay, so this is the thing that will be applicable. So as we find that there is a manipulations of the data. So how we can manipulate the data? We can manipulate the data in a different way. So we find it that how the thing are being manipulated. So what the manipulation means, how we can take it, how we can control it. So manipulations means either we can retrieve the excess of the data, and this the data what you are accessing, you can find it that the new data you can create on it. Okay, so this is what we can say the manipulation is. This is the thing that we can find it, that how the manipulation will going to be work on it. Similarly, we can find it that we can delete and or we can update. Okay, so we can delete or we can update the particular thing. So each of this particular thing what we can find, that each of this particular structures what is there, that we want to delete, how we can delete it, how we can manipulate it. So deleting I have shown you. Suppose you want to insert the values. So insert into table name. Okay, insert into what? Insert into the table name. Then the values to be given. Like value 1, value 2, value 3, value 4. How many values you want to give? Based on that, you can find it that you can give the values and you can work with the values. So different pattern of values that you can insert and different pattern of values that you can work with. Okay, so similarly you can see it that how the table will going to be worked off, how we can find it, the particular table you can work with, and how we can find the number of the values that you can insert on it. Okay, now you see here, there I have taken one table name is guardians. Okay, so guardian gid guardian id, and then you have what? the G name. Okay, so G ID, G name, all are there. Based on this particular thing, what we can see, that we can implement it. Okay, so this is your G ID, G name, then G phone number, and guardian's phone number and guardian address. So all these values are there. They are in this place. Nothing is there. Now what we have said, that we want to insert it. How to insert? Insert into guardians. Clear? Then the values, what you can see, values is, this is the value, first the ID, then the name, then what, then the particular phone number, then what we have, address. Now here one thing very much you need to notice it. What is that? That when you are inserting any values, you should follow the pattern. Means what? How the attributes are been arranged. Don't put like suppose GUID is first and you put the G address first, then at last GUID. This way the thing will not going to accept it, and you can have a wrong interpretation on it. Okay, so as the thing are being arranged, as the thing are being made, so that particular way or that particular form you will going to make the thing, and you will going to work on it. Okay, so as you are making the things, as you are finding that the particular work is been done, we can see it that the value can be inserted. So how to see it? You will going to use a select command, isn't it? Select asterisk from GU guardians. So guardians, when you are going to make it, see the first value what has been inserted, that will going to display here. Okay, so this is how you can find it. This is how you can see that we can use this particular pattern of what? Particular pattern of insertion. So if another value you want to insert, you can insert it. Clear? So this is how the all the values you can insert in the particular table. Now see here, when you are inserting, that means when you are doing an insert into, you are writing that insert into the table name. Okay, so how you are doing it? Inserting means you want to provide some values. You are providing some values. That means null value, what is there? Okay, so null value, what is there? That particular null that you want to give there. In this particular thing, how can you insert a null value? The question arises that you can ask me that particular question, that you have seen it in the previous one, that there is one null value, then how to insert? So this time we have to change the insert pattern little bit. What is the insert pattern that we need to make? We need to make the insert pattern, say, insert into guardians. Okay, so insert into the table name. Next you will write the column name, then you will write the values, then you will put the values. Like how? Insert into guardians is my table name. Then which column you want to put? If you don't declare, then it will ask you for all the columns. Then you cannot give a null value. Null value will not come automatically. So which column I am giving a guardian ID, guardian name, and guardian address. So I am skipping out the phone number. So then what I have written? Values, then you can see the value what has been given, then the name has been specified. Okay, so as you are specifying this, what we are doing, we are giving their three values and the addresses. Okay, see this address is specified here. So what we are giving three values. That means which value we are giving at this moment? We are giving here GUID, G name, and G addresses. This one I am not inserting anything. So by default, when I will run it, so when I will see it, that we can see there is a null value is there. So this way we can insert a null value in a table. Okay, so when you are working with a table, in this way you can insert the null value in a table and we can work with it. That means which column you don't want to insert, at that time you have to specify the columns where you want to insert the values. This is one thing. And then the values, then the value what you are inserting. And if you are not doing so, if you are writing insert into guardian values, that means it will now accept all the columns. If you miss out one column, that it will say syntax error, the thing is wrong and it is not been working. Okay, so this is the thing how you can find it. Next you see here that there is a table here. Table is given. In this table what happens, similar way I want to insert the values. So I am inserting the values, all these values are being inserted here. So one row is affected. Similar way, if you want to insert and skip one of it, suppose this one is skipped, GUID is skipped. So GUID is skipped, that you will not write GUID, except that you will write what the column name is there, and based on this column name we can easily find out, we can easily give it, and we can see the null value will going to be inserted there. So see here, that insert into the student values tree, Taslim Saha, all these things has been inserted. See here, the thing has been inserted here. Okay, so why? Because at last what I have written the null. So I have shown you two ways of inserting the null. First way is that way where we will not going to take the column name. We will take only the selected column name, and based on that, suppose there is a 6 columns or 8 columns are there. Based on that, I have selected only 4 columns or 5 columns. So on that values only I am going to put. So insert into the table name, then what you will going to have, the particular column name, isn't it? Then values, then you will going to insert the value. So this is the thing how we can do it. So we can insert the null value on it. So see here, as we are given insert into student, then the column name is roll number, is name, and date of birth, then values 3 Taslim Saha, then 2018. That means you see here, I didn't touch the GUID guard id I haven't touched. So as I haven't touched it, by default it came what, null. Okay, so these are the two ways I have shown. One way that we can declare the null, another way is that we, instead of declaring the null, only take those column name, and based on this column name you do the work, then you can find it, that particular thing will be work. Okay, it is working. Clear? So this is how you can see, this is how we can find it, that all this particular structure, what you are having, all this particular pattern what you are having, you can implement it. So dear student, you see here, I have given some of the command like insert into student name. This the insert command has been given. After the insert, then you can see here the select command I have given, select asterisk. If you want to find out all the values, if you want to see all the values, asterisk you will give, because asterisk command will show all the values. Then select asterisk from the student, where class is this, isn't it? Now select first name from the student, that also an update command is there. So this way you can do the work, and you can find out, this is the more or less one gist I have calculated, along with two things I have added here. One is update, and one is the particular structures, one query, simple query. So thank you students, I am ending up my class here. Thank you all.